Good day, my friends. I hope everybody is doing great today. And we are going to do a little bit of a low back kind of relaxation yoga session right now. I had did one last week, but the sound of my dishwasher was pretty loud, so it wasn't really conducive to relaxing. Let's have a look at maybe some things that might be a benefit to you. We are going to do some stretching into the upper back. So lower back, it's pretty much your entire back, starting with low back, going into upper back. So if you have some blocks, having maybe 2 of them would be really good. If you don't, you can take a towel, you can even take like a sweatshirt, right? And just roll it up, just so you have something supporting into the upper back. And then also something that you can reach back into. So a pillow works great, towel rolled up, any of those things are awesome. Props are quite wonderful, particularly when we're trying to do some of the stretching stuff. They're certainly helpful. I have my mat kind of at a sideways so that you can see what I'm doing with my feet and stuff. As I'm videoing my own stuff, it's tricky to find out the angles, and I'm certainly not a videographer, so probably notice that. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. Taking our legs to the front, just opening up through your sits bones, and start by doing some small side to side movements with your feet. Try to bring a little bit of length into that spine. Taking it almost as though you're pedaling a little bit into a bike. Great stuff. Moving a little bit through the legs, bringing in whatever is your first choice of leg, your other one directly in front of that, opening up through your sits bones, bringing some length into the spine. We're going to do that gentle side to side motion. I like to kind of start with this because it really is indicative of how tight we are. I find as soon as I come into this motion, I can feel the extensor muscles of my low spine, how tight they are through there. Maybe even some tightness through your obliques. You can certainly feel into the groins. So shift your feet around to wherever it needs to be. Try to keep that length all the way up to sky with gentle movements from side to side. So really trying to get into ribs, a little bit upper back, taking deep full breaths the whole time, slowly bringing yourself to your space wherever you might be in your house or wherever you're doing your practice this morning. Bringing everything back to center alignment, and we are going to do some really small little circles. I'm pretty sure I did this in our practice last week, but again, like I said, it's nice to kind of see where things are at, and then at the end of class, if we come back to a similar type movement, we can see if there's been any improvements, right? We want to release everything back to center. I'm not taking as much time with these ones because it's more of a check-in to see what's up. And slowly to bring ourselves into our space of our yoga practice. Hands to heart. You want to inhale up to your forehead, which is your third eye. Exhale, release back down. Slowly trying to activate into our intuitiveness. If you can hear something that sounds like a spaceship taking off, it's my washer. Exhale, let's take it back down. It'll be over soon, I hope. Let's inhale. Exhaling back down. Completing 2 more breaths as you gently press the palms together. So we're not using a lot of that isometric contraction here. Exhale, just gentle movements. Inhale up. Exhale, releasing back down. And then let's open up, palms to sky. Slow, big shoulder rotations backwards. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, releasing. Inhale. 2 more times. Inhale up. Last one right here. With your next breath, we're going to follow that right hand all the way up, reaching nice and tall, gazing up at it, exhaling back to center, shrugging those shoulder blades back, resetting that scapula. Inhale, following, exhale the gaze of the hands, bringing a little bit of length into our spine before we take it to our prone position on our mat. Inhale up, reach tall, exhale, taking it back, shrugging each time in between to reset through our upper trapezius, through our scapula, through our shoulders, basically through our upper and front body, right? The last one per side here. Inhale, reaching as tall as you can. And if you want to linger for an extra breath in the movements, absolutely do that. Inhale, reaching big, big, big. Exhale. Awesome. This time, floating both hands up, reaching as tall as you possibly can. As you take those hands behind you onto the floor, we want to press our fingertips in a tent position, right? So they're kind of up like that. In our back, squeezing. Awesome. Exhale, release. So the fingertips aren't in your back, they're on the floor. I'm sure you know what I meant. Inhale, really squeezing those shoulder blades. Exhale, really caving forward, creating that duality of movement, right? So we want to open and then we want to close. So the body wants to close, but the body needs to open. So we're trying to create both so it gets what it wants and it gets what it needs, right? Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good stuff. So hopefully your back is a little bit more open so that we can take it down to the floor. Having your props near you, I'm just going to get my bolster out of the way. I didn't realize it was there. Take both of your blocks if you're using them and just have them to either side. And I'm hoping this is going to work. I hope that you guys can see me once I get down here. So we want to take our feet hip width apart. We're going to grab onto the back of the legs and slowly come on down to the floor. Once you get to the floor, walking those feet back towards the hips, hands on low belly. And just staying here for a couple breaths.